Don't miss out on anything new. Subscribe to the channel now. Activate the notification bell to be the first to watch our exciting stories and thrilling adventures as soon as they drop. And don't forget to like to support us. Join us. Gabe. Footsteps quicken on a rough floor. Styrenix, slightly breathless, glances back at Kyle, who looks exhausted. Styrenix. Decisively, pointing to a narrow dark passage. Just follow me. Kyle, gasping, head lifted, eyes searching the darkness. To where? Styrenix. Lowering her voice, eyes fixed on the darkness behind them. Do you want the knights to drag you away? If so, you can stay there. Kyle. Shaking his head quickly, trying to catch his breath. I don't mind coming, but tell me the destination. Styrenix. Her lips pressed tightly, then she points to a barely visible opening in the wall. What's the point of those knights seeing you? There's a secret exit in the back, so shut up and follow me. Kyle. Following her gaze, looking skeptical. So, we're escaping this way? Styrenix. Nodding. No, my secret door connects to the adjacent tavern. Faint knocking sounds are heard from behind a door, followed by a whispered voice. Andrew. From behind the door, in a low, concerned voice. Styrenix. You have to run again, don't you? Styrenix. Sighs, her eyes gleaming with fatigue. As always. Andrew. Pushes a small package through the opening. And here's some food. Styrenix. Grabs the package quickly, nodding. Thank you. Andrew. Whispering, sounding worried. Do you need any information at all? Styrenix. Stepping back slightly, shaking her head. Not now. Andrew. Sighs. Then I'll keep your change and give you plenty of extras next time. Oh, is your current situation that bad? Then I truly hope you survive this. Styrenix. Clutching the package in her hand, her eyes stern. That's all I need. Just wish me luck. Andrew. His voice tinged with sadness. I'd be sad if a good neighbor like you disappeared. Styrenix. Glances at Kyle, then at Andrew. If I turn up dead, it'll be Torch's fault, so spit on him for me, okay? Pauses, as if a thought just occurred to her. Is it about the job you worked on before? Andrew. Whispering, sounding tense. Why do you ask? Styrenix. Well, I'm just worried about my income. Regular customers leaving isn't good for my business. I can't offer much help, but I can provide you with some useful information. If you're trying to get away from Sector 1, walk towards 8 o'clock, and don't turn. Unveiling secrets. They emerge from the tavern. The street is dark and almost deserted. City sounds are distant. Kyle clutches his aching shoulder, signs of exhaustion clear on him. Kyle. His voice tired and annoyed. I want an explanation, miss. I thought he'd run the moment we left Andrew's tavern. It's amazing how he can keep up with me, when he needs at least 3 days of rest after treatment. Styrenix. Stops abruptly, turning to face him, her eyes flashing with irritation. But shouldn't I at least know we're escaping together? Kyle. Raises an eyebrow coolly, taking a step closer to her. My uncontrollable curiosity. Could swallow you whole here. Styrenix. Continues walking, waving a hand dismissively. As I said, this is dangerous stolen property. Kyle, struggling to keep up. Is that a good enough reason to run? This level of danger should be familiar to a lady like you who illegally sells goods. Styrenix. Stops again, considers his words, then smiles bitterly. You're right, unless someone is setting a trap for me. She stares into space for a moment, then looks sharply back at Kyle. Do you think all the knights in the area storming my house this late at night is just a coincidence? Furthermore, a client dropped off a highly valuable stolen item that a small merchant like me could never obtain. This can only mean it's a trap. This is called Aslot's Tears. It's the most precious treasure in Crixus, with a history spanning over 120 years. It's also the jewel the Emperor gave to his younger sister when she married Count Amante 8 years ago. It's currently a family heirloom of the Amante household, and a jewel known to every citizen in the Empire. But not long ago, Count Amante announced that the family heirloom had been stolen. Since then, a nationwide search began to find this jewel at the Count's request. Dirty money usually flows through this underworld of the city. So, Count Amante's knights are always stationed in this area. Also, the one who handed me this jewel is easily frightened, so he's not the type to get involved in dangerous activities like this. Kyle, shaking his head slowly, beginning to understand the picture. Then he was likely threatened. Styrenix nods firmly. That's right. So, this is a gift from those who despise me to death. A powerful enough gift to end my life. Shadow's blessing. The Flame Guild must have done this. He's the one I hit last time. I'm having trouble remembering, because I've hit so many people. Kyle, rubbing his temple, looking frustrated. Honestly, the last thing I wanted to hear was news of your reckless and dangerous relationships. He's the one you kicked out when you first came to see me. The one who looks like a catfish. Styrenix nods. Yes, he's probably behind this. This is a common method when dealing with stolen valuables. They deliver the goods to someone who acts as bait, then find a way to retrieve them while everyone... Kyle, his voice hushed, realizing the gravity of the situation. This means... You're in big trouble. Styrenix sighs, lowering her head. It's sad to admit it, but you're right. Kyle, shaking his head sadly. Even your client played you. Styrenix raises her head with a sharp look. Anyway, why don't you go back? Kyle manages a faint smile, gesturing to himself. Oh, one of the knights saw me when we were running out of the shop. Styrenix, her eyes widen. He saw you? Kyle, yes, and I also can't go far with this body right now. And meanwhile, I think you already have a safe place you can go to. So, take me with you. You have to take responsibility for what you've consumed. Styrenix stares at him in disbelief, then sighs. I didn't promise any aftercare, though. You don't realize how rude you are. Kyle chuckles softly, covering his face with his hand, as if embarrassed. Well, thank you for the compliment. Styrenix turns to him, extends her hand, and grabs his shirt, pulling him closer. You're most beautiful when you're vulnerable. I just hope you remember you're still breathing, because I was kind enough to help you. Now, I'm going to get my revenge. Come if you want. I'll take you. Oh, and I'll leave you if you faint. Understood? Kyle smiles broadly, despite his fatigue. You're very kind. Where are we going? Styrenix releases his shirt and walks faster. To the second circle. If my area has a bunch of small illegal shops, the first street of the second sector is where all the larger criminal organizations are located. If we go in the direction Andrew told me, we should be able to avoid the knights following us. An inevitable confrontation. They arrive at a narrower, darker alley, where a group of young men in dark clothes are gathered, looking tense. One of them spots a strange mark on the wall. One of the young men, whispering to his companions. This is the mark of Shadow's blessing. Styrenix and Kyle stand, looking at them, then exchange glances. The young men glare angrily at them. Styrenix mutters quietly to Kyle. Tisk, we have to deal with them as quietly as possible. One of the young men shouts, pointing at Styrenix. It's her! Let's get her! Styrenix turns to the young men, raising a hand to try and calm them. If we make a loud noise, the entire street could be shut down. Turns to Kyle quickly. Can you fight? The young men charge at them. The fight begins. The sounds of punches and impacts fill the air. Kyle, despite his injury, fights fiercely. Kyle, shouting as he pushes one of the attackers away, then helps Styrenix, who was about to fall. Get down, miss! Punches another young man hard. Now you have no choice but to take care of me. Don't you think?